What's going on YouTube? Chris here. I want to bring you all an update today of Bitcoin, Ethereum, Link, Tezos, and Litecoin. Those are the five I'm going to have time to get into today. And also I want to point out there, guys, I appreciate when everyone puts down, cover this coin, cover that coin, whatever. I run a business. I have a family. I have a lot of things going on in my life. This is something that I just enjoy to do with you all. And I'm also trying to trade myself and everything. So I'm going to do the best that I can, getting what coins I can out. And then, if I can throw in some extra ones, we'll do that. But, I'm not a private trade call guy, and that just is what it is right now. Okay. So just want to put that out there. Next, we're going to get into Bitcoin, and this is going to be Bitcoin on the 1 day time frame right now. Most important thing for today is for us to close up above roughly $11,500 is what I'm going to call it. That's going to be important for us. If we can close up above that, we got a very good shot of hitting my next target. So we've hit our third target here. Our fourth target would be 11,932, and then it's going to be up around that 12,305. Those are the next overhead resistance areas that we need to get up through. Now, something I want to point out, I wouldn't be extremely shocked if after we finish this move here, we got some type of retracement, even back down to that 11,500, which we'll want to hold as support. If we don't hold that as support, it'd be down around $11,084. We'll call it $11,000 we want to hold. But right now, everything's looking pretty decent. I will still continue to harp on the volume. We want to see more buying pressure, but we're up above the 20 EMA, excuse me, the 50 EMA, the 100 EMA, and the 200 EMA. And you can see they're all starting to cross here as well. And once you start to get those crosses many times, that'll give you that nice push to the upside. But what's so important is that we continue this intermediate to longer term uptrend that we're in here, that we can get over top of this $12,300 and start setting another new high up in that area. Right now, the RSI is at 67. We know in this space, typically we can get up into the 90s before we start having some profit taken and things like that. So I'll always pay attention to that. Last time we got up to about 85 before we started to sell off a little bit more. And what happened there, we actually had a little bit of divergence. The price was going up while the RSI was going down, and that was a little telltale sign that we may get a sell-off along with that head and shoulders pattern as well. But today we want a candle close up above that $11,500 is going to be the area for us, and that can really open the door for some more things there. Right now we have a 2 sell, 8 neutral, and an 18 buy. Oscillators 2 sell, 7 neutral, and a 2 buy is what we're looking at there. So that's Bitcoin. Next we're going to get into Ethereum. Ethereum's making a nice little move here. We're at $388, trying to get through our next overhead resistance area. We were looking at yesterday. It's going to be $378. We candle close up above that. Then we'd have to get up roughly above about $400 psychologically, and then be around $417. So those are going to be the next overhead resistant target areas we're looking at. But same concept here. We're up above all of our moving averages, looking really good. Our volatility stop is at 347. So they're basically saying if you were to get in now and we were able to get over top of this high here, your stop, you would want it around $347 to the downside. So this just, for me, why I like to use this volatility stop is to show when the trend is changing as well. Do you see how we were in this downtrend in the short term here, and now it's starting to tick green, and you can see we're starting to get those higher lows coming in right there. So that's going to be important that we get this next higher high now, and then a higher low, higher high, higher low. That's how it works. RSI right now is at 61. If we take a look in here for our technicals, we're at a 1 sell, 9 neutral, 18 buy. Looking good there. Oscillators, 1 sell, 8 neutral, and a 2 buy is what we have for Ethereum. So really, I would just want to hold up above even that volatility stop around that $346 right now. See if we can keep this moving on more volume, of course. Get over top of this high here around that 391. So that's going to be Ethereum. Next, we're going to move into Link. Link's at $11.58, getting a nice little move out of here. We've had some chunky volume down in here. Each day's just been pretty strong, about average volume. Okay, nothing too crazy, but it's been pretty consistent here as we made this move from the tweezer bottoms that we had, where we set our higher low off this 200 moving average. That was an area we were looking at for quite a while there, and those targets were hit. So now we're just trying to change this trend. We've had this nasty downtrend now in the shorter term where we lost over 50% here. Now we're trying to change that. A push up, higher low, higher high, higher low, higher high. Let's see if we can keep this moving. The RSI right now is at 59. The next overhead target area I'm going to look at for Link would probably be up around $12.76. If we can get there, then it's going to be up around that $13.92. In terms of support, we want to continue to hold $9.25. If we get in here to trading view, it's always nice to just show this because it's going to calculate, like for your oscillators and everything, it's breaking down your relative strength index, and it'll show if it's neutral, a buy, a sell, momentum, all different types of stuff in here. So I always like to pay attention to this as well as the moving averages. Right now we have a 1 sell, 9 neutral, 18 buy, oscillators 1 sell, 8 neutral, and a 2 buy for link there. So that's been a nice play. I know some people were averaging into fear with me here, and we've been trying to make this next little move to the upside there. So that's going to be link. If you like me covering and you're here for link, let me know down low. We're going to get in Tezos next. Tezos making a nice move. We're up 4% today. We're at $2.34. We've had a bit of a double bottom here. And also that was an area I was talking to you guys to pay attention to because it was this purple trend line here. And that's our macro trend line. That's what we want to hold, are these higher lows. And this is a good area to get a bounce off of. But still, we want to see this type of volume coming in. Do you see this over here, guys, where it's just really... That's when price moves so fast. It can be 30-40% even in a day. We've seen that before, but we want to continue to hold this purple trend line here. RSI is looking good, moving to the upside there. We're at 53. We have plenty of room to run. Just going to be that buying pressure. That's the main thing that I'm going to be looking at. Next area I'd look at to try to get up over top of is going to be the 200 moving average, and that's roughly going to put us at about $2.55. If we can get up above that, that opens the door to around $2.75 and then up around that $3.35. So we're just going to have to see if we can continue to hold these areas down here, keep this purple trend line intact, and just keep moving to the upside there. RSI is at 53, so not too bad for Tezos. We got room to run if the buyers want to continue to step in there. And then next, we're going to, and if you're here for Tezos, let me know down low as well. And then we'll get into Litecoin. Litecoin's at 51.15. Main thing with Litecoin, we've been fighting to get back within this white trend line. Pull this here. Once we broke down through it on a strong candle, and now we've been back testing that, trying to get up above it. And yesterday we did close just slightly up above this 200 moving average, so that's a good close for us. We needed that. And now what we need to do is stay up above that 200 as well as this white trend line. We got to fight for that now. This is where we need that buying pressure. If we're able to get buying pressure, I'd look up to around 53.84 is the next overhead resistance area. In terms of dropping down, our volatility stop right now is at 45.90, so we don't want to drop much below that 45.90. RSI is sitting at 62. If we take a look at the technicals, we're looking at a 2 sell, 8 neutral, 18 buy, oscillators 2 sell, 7 neutral, and a 2 buy. And what we have to remember, guys, everything in this space, you know, when Bitcoin pumps, Litecoin's going to pump a little harder. When Bitcoin dumps, Litecoin's going to dump a little harder. That's the name of the game. And that's why I think one of the best ways to trade in this space, I don't like to do all the leverage stuff and all that craziness because of how manipulated it is. I think trading spot altcoins is the way to go. I think that's where you can be the most successful, swing trading them, taking advantage of these impulse waves. And when you see a time when profit's staring you in the face and you need to take it in the shorter term, I think you should take it. And even if you want to continue to hodl, put some bid areas down in lower spots and see if you can pick them up, because after every major pump here, guys, we always have deep retracements. It just is what it is. And think how many more you could accumulate and then try to ride them up for the next leg. That's the main thing I like to do. So if you get something from this, don't forget to like, subscribe, hit that notification bell. God bless each and every one of you. Take care, my friends.